Welcome back to another Flutter Form tutorial. In this episode, let's learn how to work with radio inputs in Flutter. So in the last episode, we learned how to work with checkbox input. We created this app right here. So when a user clicks on this option, we are able to display back this text checked back to the user. So in Flutter, you can create radio inputs by using one of the primary widgets, the radio widget or the radio RadioListTile widget. The radio widget is the basic widget for radio inputs. The radio list tile is a radio widget that will use the title, the subtitle, and also the entire row can be tapped to select the option. So when do you use radio widgets in Flutter? Use radio widget when a user must choose exactly one option from a set of choice. So the behavior is that if the user select one option, the other one in the same group will be disabled. So first we need to group them somehow. So in Flutter, radio widgets are grouped when you set the radio group property with the same local variable. This variable will hold the select option from each radio widget. So we also have the value property that we can use to specify what is the value of each radio widget. And then we have the onChange callback method that we can update this local variable to a new option. So in this episode, let's use the same app that was being used throughout this tutorial series. So come here in the page and create a new file. You can name this radio underscore page dot dart. Then type STL and select the option stateful widget. Change the name to be radio page. After that, we need to create a page. Use the scaffolding widget. Here we need to define the app bar property and also the body property. So for the app bar property, use the app bar widget. Then let's go inside of this form underscore page and select all the options right here for title, background color, and foreground color. Paste it right here and then change the text to be radio widget. So for the body property, we can use the column widget. Here, let's define the properties for main X alignment. This will take the main X alignment with the value of center. And then for the cross X alignment, let's use the value of stretch. So then call the children property. So first of all, I want to display a text back to the user. And the text will be select one option. So use this constant text widget. Let's apply some styles to it. So call the text style. And then let's define the font weight and the font size. So for the font size, this will be 18. And then for the font weight, we can use the font A to enum with a value of bold. So after this text widget, let's add a constant size box widget, and let's say the height will be 10 pixels. Add a comma. So here, let's define our radio buttons. So before that, I want to create an enum where I will define the option for each radio button that we'll use in this episode. So come right here, outside of this radio page, create an enum, and you can call this mobile framework. And then let's define the option. The first one will be the Flutter option, and then this second one will be Maui. This is a framework from Microsoft, and then React Native. And lastly, we have the hybrid. So after that, we need to create our local variable. So this will be of type mobile framework. Call this, make it private, and call this mobile framework. This will be equal to the mobile framework dot the Flutter option. Add a semicolon. After that, let's go inside of this column widget after this size box widget. You can come right here, call this first option. This will be the Flutter option. Use a radio widget. So like I said, we need to define the value, the group value, to group them together, and then define the onChange callback method. So for the value, you can use this mobile framework dot, let's say, Flutter for this option, and then to group them together, you can use this local variable right here, private mobile framework, and then on the callback, we'll call the set state to update our variable. So here the type will be a nullable mobile framework. So you call the framework and then add a question mark to make it nullable and call this value. Then come right here, call the set state. And then let's update our mobile framework with this value that we'll get as an argument. Make sure you add exclamation mark because this value can be null, so we don't get an exception right here. So this is the first option. So now let's add the option to be to Maui. And then we have React Native. And lastly, we have the hybrid. So just copy this widget right here, paste it here, and then we just need to update the values for each option. So this one will be Maui, this will be React Native, and the last one will be hybrid. So let's format our document, save everything. So now let's call our page and see what we have so far. So come right here, replace this check page for this radio page. Make sure you import your widget, save everything. We can see we have the radio widget, but we don't have the labels. So to add a label, when you are working with this radio widget, come after each radio widget and create a constant text widget. And then let's name this one. This will be Flutter. Give it a comma right here. Then what we need to do is come select both the radio and the label and then group them together using a row widget. So save everything. You'll see right here, this is first option for Flutter. So let's do the same thing for the remaining other options. So paste right here, this will be Maui. And then for this one, this will be React Native. And lastly, this will be hybrid. Come right here, select them both. Wrap the row widget. Same thing here. And same thing here. So now save everything. So now we need to display the option back to the user. So come right here. Let's use a text widget. And the text will be, the select option will be use the column and then do a string interpolation, use our local variable. So save everything. Let's copy these properties right here for this text widget. So come here, copy everything. So let's also center this text, use the text alignment right here. This will take the text alignment enum with the value of center. And let's paste it our properties for customization. And then let's also center this one. Use the text alignment enum with the value of center. So here, change the value to be 16 pixel. So save everything. As you can see right here, when you select a different option, we are displaying the name of our enum dot the value or the option. So what I want to display is just the name right here. So for that, let's create a new object right here of type map and do a mapping between the mobile framework option with a string. So this will be final map class. Here you define the mobile framework, give it a comma and then the string. call this labels. This will be equal to, copy right here, paste it, and then let's define each option. So you can copy right here, mobile framework, Flutter, the label will be Flutter. Give it a comment right here, then copy and paste it for the remaining options. So this will be Maui, and the text will be Maui. This will be React Native, so React Native, and lastly this will be hybrid. So now copy the label's name right here, come here, paste it, use the brackets, and then provide the select option. So save everything. So now we see right here, we only have the hybrid. Then you have right here the React Native, the Maui, and the Flutter. So this is it for this video. So this is how we can work with radio widgets in Flutter. In the next video, let's learn how to work with slider and switch widgets in Flutter. So if you find this video useful, give it a like and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notification when new videos are coming out. And also to help our channel, share this video with a friend so we can get more exposure on YouTube. This is it. See you on the next one.